Good morning. Today is Saturday, February 1st, and we'll be reading Exodus 23 and 24.
You have 23?
And 21.
24. All right. Oh, we have a thumbs up and a fist bump. There you go. Oh, she has a fist bump too. All right. Oh, fist bump for you, Gabriel. Oh. It's like, come on, Matthew. Okay. Laws of justice and mercy. You must not give a false report. Do not join your hand with the wicked to be a malicious witness. You must not follow the masses to do evil, and do not testify in a dispute that agrees with the crowd to pervert justice. You must not show partiality to a poor man in his dispute. If you meet your enemy's ox or his donkey going astray, you shall surely return it to him. If you see the donkey of someone who hates you lying under its burden, you must not ignore it. You must surely help with him. You shall not turn justice away from your poor in his dispute. Keep far away from a false charge, and do not kill the innocent and the righteous, for I will not justify the wicked. You shall not take a bribe, for a bribe blinds those who see and subverts the words of the righteous. Also, you shall not oppress a foreigner, for you know the life of a foreigner, seeing you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. The laws of Sabbaths. You shall sow your land for 6 years, and shall gather in its produce. But in the 7th year you shall let it rest and lie fallow, so that the poor of your people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field may eat. You shall do likewise with your vineyards and with your olive grove. For 6 days you are to do your work, but on the 7th day you must cease, so that your ox and your donkey may rest, and the son of your female servant and the foreigner may refresh themselves. In all things that I have said to you, watch yourselves, and do not mention the name of other gods, nor let them be heard from your mouth. The 3 annual feasts. 3 times in the year you must celebrate a feast to me. You shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, as I commanded you in the appointed time of the month of Eve. For in it you came out from Egypt. No one shall appear before me empty-handed. You shall observe the feast of harvest, the first fruits of your labors, which you have sown in the field. You shall observe the feast of the ingathering at the end of the year, when you have gathered in the fruit of your labors from the field. 3 times in the year all your males shall appear before the Lord God. You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, nor shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the morning. The first of the firstfruits of your land you shall bring into the house of the Lord your God. You shall not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. The angel prepares the way. Indeed, I am going to send an angel before you to guard you along the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. Be on guard before him and obey his voice. Do not provoke him, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. If you diligently obey his voice and do all that I say, then I will be an enemy to your enemies and an adversary to your adversaries. For my angel will go before you and bring you to the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, and I will completely destroy them. You must not bow down to their gods or serve them or do according to their practices, but you shall utterly overthrow them and break down their images in pieces. You shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless your bread and your water, and I will remove sickness from your midst. No one shall be miscarrying or be barren in your land. I will fulfill the number of your days. I will send my fear before you, and I will throw into panic all the people to whom you shall come. I will make all your enemies turn their backs to you. I will send hornets before you, which shall drive out the Hivites and the Canaanites and the Hittites from before you. I will not drive them out before you in 1 year, lest the land become desolate and the beasts of the field multiply against you. Little by little I will drive them out before you, until you become fruitful and inherit the land. I will set your boundaries from the Red Sea to the Sea of the Philistines, and from the desert to the river. For I will deliver your inhabitants of the land into your hand, and you will drive them out before you. You must not make a covenant with them or with their gods. They shall not live in your land, lest they cause you to sin against me. For if you serve their gods, it will surely be a snare to you.
The covenant confirmed. Then he said to Moses, "Come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and you shall worship from a distance. Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come near, nor may the people go up with him." Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the ordinances. Then all the people answered with one voice and said, "All the words which the Lord has said we will do." Moses wrote all the words of the Lord and rose up early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain, and with 12 pillars for the 12 tribes of Israel. He sent young Israelite men who offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of young bulls to the Lord. Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. He took the book of the covenant and read in the hearing of the people, and they said, "All that the Lord has said we will do, and we will be obedient." So Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, "This is the blood of the covenant, which the Lord has made with you in accordance with all these words." Moses on Mount Sinai. Then Moses went up with Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 of the elders of Israel, and they saw the God of Israel, and under his feet there was something like a paved work of sapphire stone, as clear as the sky itself. He did not lay his hand upon the nobles of the children of Israel. Also they saw God, and they ate and they drank. The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me to the mountain and stay there, and I will give you the stone tablets with law and the commandments which I have written, so that you may teach them." Moses rose up with Joshua his attendant, and Moses went up to the mountain of God. He said to the elders, "Wait for us in this place until we return to you. Aaron and Hur are with you. Whoever has any matters of dispute, let him come to them." Moses went up to the mountain, and the cloud covered the mountain. The glory of the Lord rested on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it for 6 days. And on the 7th day he called to Moses from the midst of the cloud. Now the appearance of the glory of the Lord was like a consuming fire on the top of the mountain to the eyes of the children of Israel. Moses went up into the midst of the cloud and went up to the mountain, and Moses was on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights.
That is Exodus
23 and 24.
Bye, have a good day.
And a great weekend.
Yes.
And all right, bye.